Hi everybody, I'm Beebs Kelley. We're back with more reviews on Meghan's show because I am slow to get out my reactions, but I am going to be doing recaps on the episodes from the perspective of a home cook and homemaker, just to see if there is anything useful or setting good examples from that perspective, to watch it from that point of view. And then we're doing our analysis a little separately. So if you want to see that is something a little bit different, it's not just going to be a bullet point of all the mistakes that she makes, because we already know there's tons. But today we're going to look at more of the scathing reviews of this horrible show. Tina Brown, the founding editor of the Daily Beast, has said that Meghan Markle's much derided new Netflix show is a cultural fossil and that her appearance on it was unbelievably inauthentic. Janice Min joked that the show felt like it was filmed in a mental institution for wealthy women and that Meghan's guests looked like they were in a hostage situation. That's funny. And I see why she says that, because it does look like they're just toddling along behind her, kind of clueless as to what they're supposed to do. And that's accentuated or exaggerated by the fact that every time somebody tries to bring in an anecdote about themselves or start a conversation leading down one path, Meghan stops it dead and talks about herself more, and then the conversation dies. And so the show never really goes anywhere or talks about anything interesting. There's never really any value delivered. It's always just going back to Meghan, which is boring. It just is. That's why Archetypes as a podcast didn't work. And also Brown's comments of it being a cultural fossil is good analogy. That's a good point. She's always brilliant behind the curve, Meghan. You know what I mean? This was like flashback to the 2013 era of the TIG. It's almost as if she wanted to airbrush out everything that happened since and sort of go back to that moment in time. And that is what her rebrand sort of is. The whole call me Meghan Sussex thing. But it's too blatant of a rebrand. We've seen her rebrand a lot, and she's always trying to manipulate the situation to make her rebrands work, complete with like new outfits, new approaches to things, lots and lots of posts. It's tragic. It really is. Because you can't just tell the public how to see you. You have to show them through your actions. And she wants to skip that part. We saw the problem with JLo being like, this is me now, and trying to tell people how to see her. It doesn't work, and it's not going to work for Meghan, and it never has. It does feel outdated, much like everything Meghan does. Because we have seen over the last few years Meghan go through all sorts of different personas and eras. I have a video on all her different eras. I will link it for you. Because of that, this does feel very inauthentic. It does feel very much like she's just trying to make something work because nothing else has been working. She doesn't actually have the passion behind it. At the same time, these sorts of things are so regular that her approach of just showing what she likes to do was just not enough substance for good content. It's not interesting enough. As Tina Brown says here, the part of why it comes across so inauthentic is because she's searching for something that will make her authentic rather than just being herself, authentic on her own. Which I don't think would necessarily work for Meghan, if I'm being honest, because Meghan is clearly pretty boring. She's pretty bland. She doesn't have a very good sense of humor. She's wholesome, but she's not. You know what I mean? She's wholesome, but she doesn't own it, so she doesn't come across it or fit into a sort of wholesome vibe either, because she doesn't want to be wholesome. It feels like she wants to be this sort of edgy, different, cool, new sort of thing, but she's not. She's just kind of dated, wholesome, bland, not a good sense of humor, not great taste in food or fashion. And here we have this, you know? Just own it. Just say that you're kind of dorky and awkward and wholesome. Maybe people will like that, because at least it would be honest.